Hey y'all, I'm OD from On the Air Sickle. Listen, I am at Inova Fairfax here in Falls Church, Virginia, and they are doing a blood drive. Listen, it is so important that we get out to the hospital and we participate in blood drives. People like me who have sickle cell disease really need your support. Blood helps us survive. Listen, this is why it matters so much, okay? This is from the team here at Inova. It matters because patients with sickle cell disease need regular, compatible blood transfusions to reduce pain, prevent complications, and improve quality of life. So I want to make sure that you understand how you can help. Please encourage blood recipient patients to share their stories. That is what On the Air Sickle is for, right? An opportunity for warriors of the sickle cell community to be able to come on live and to be able to share what is vitally important to them, their story. The good, the bad, the ugly, in the name of awareness and advocacy.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for stopping by and listening to On the Air Sickle, where we air the good, the bad, and the ugly for awareness and advocacy. Today, we're going to have a really, really good show. Our guest today is a motivational speaker, an author, a sickle cell thriver and survivor, Denise Jones. I cannot wait to hear her. But right now, let's start off the show with the weather. Today's weather is 33 and tomorrow's weather will be 46. So it's cold outside. So wrap yourself up, bundle, stay warm, and also hydrated. Next thing I want to do before we get our guest here is to say an always thank you to our sponsors, Sickle Cell Medical Advocacy. So our executive producer would like to share a message with you.
Hi everyone. This episode is brought to you by Sickle Cell Medical Advocacy. They are here to help you navigate the medical system by bridging the gap between patient and professional. If you need someone to speak on your behalf in the emergency room or to support you during a hospital admission, Sickle Cell Medical Advocacy is there to stand with you. Learn more and get connected at www.sicklecellmedicaladvocacy.org. Now, back to the show.
Hey Genesis, how you feeling today?
Hey Aaron, I am feeling really good. How about yourself?
I'm still here. I can't complain. Are you doing all right with this flip flopping weather?
You know, I have my ups and downs. For the most part, I am managing well. Thanks for asking.
No problem. So, tell us a little something about your story, baby.
So, like most warriors, my story started young. I had my first crisis at the age of 3, and I was in and out of the hospital after that. So I remember having my first crisis, and then shortly after that, I had a silent stroke at the age of 8, and after that, I was put on blood transfusions to help manage my sickle cell.
I love that something we both have in common that we're bone marrow transplant warriors. I've
Mm-hmm.
been getting this question asked repeatedly. If I had a chance to wait for the stem cell research to come out, would I? I always say no because I wouldn't change anything. What do you think?
Um, I feel like the way that the my story transpired, I would have not changed. Um, Me knowing that my pain was getting worse, after the transfusion stop, I was not able to control my pain. I remember having a lot of days in the hospital and not outside of the hospital. So I don't think I would have not given the chance, not gone through with the transplant. So no, I would have not waited for that research to come out, waited for my pain to get worse or something else to happen. No.
I'm happy that there are people have more options on curative therapies, but it's just I want them to realize once they go into the hospital for these therapies, what you came in with will not change when you finish bone marrow, gene therapy, stem cell research, the whole shebang.
Yeah, I think there's a lack of awareness of like what sickle cell has already done is cannot change because I was very healthy going in with my transplant process, being that, I didn't have AVN, I had a lot of my organs, things like that. But a lot of people do have repercussions of already of what sickle cell has done to the body. So you can't change that. It helps, stop a lot of things, but you have to realize sickle cell has already done some damage, and I still have chronic pain. I still have things that I experienced despite going through the transplant. So yeah, there's a lot of lack of education about that, and I think a lot of people need to realize that.
And me thinking about it as well, I don't know a lot of people that have the haplo transplant. That is very
Mhm.
hidden when it comes to research as well.
Yeah, yeah. So a haploid transplant is a half match, and that's what it means. And so my mom was my donor, meaning that she was able to give me her cells, but she still had the trait. So it's less of a there's more risk with that, but and risk meaning like you could get GVHD or other things could happen, and a half match means you can have a brother or sister as well that could give you your donor match. But it's more common. It's easier to find as opposed to a unrelated match or a full match. So it's hit or miss. It's really just about what you can find for a transplant or for a match. And I'm really glad that gene therapy is a match that you can use your own cells to. So.
Just like people giving blood, I want more people to donate their marrow because you might
Mhm.
be someone else's match and help them and save their life as well. And I love how you said trade. How's your, what's it called, your trade project doing with Dr. Austin?
Yeah, so I have a trait space group, and it is no longer with Dr. Austin. It is with Rare Resilience Alliance, and I have been able to branch out just in regards to being able to share my story, and I'm really excited about it. And it's going well. It's going great. It's for warriors that are post-transplant, but also no longer post-transplant because they have trait. It's for people that have trait as well. It's for caregivers and just people within the space that want to learn more about, well, what do I do now that I'm post-transplant and have trait? So it's a great support group, and I'm glad to have that space for warriors.
Same. Now I can say that I'm also a trait warrior because my sister was my match and she is also a trait warrior. So trying to figure out my identity was extremely difficult. So I was so happy. I'm sorry I've been missing a couple of your sessions,
So
but I'm proud that you started it.
yes, yeah, I'm glad that you've been there, but thank you. Um, I feel like we all need a space where we can be able to amplify our voices, but also have that education of, well, what do I do, or how can I have a space to share my story?
Like I said, education is a great thing. I think I came in on I think he was a football player. I think his last name was Captain.
Yes, yeah.
Very, very pretty young man, but I really liked and learned a lot from his session.
hmm Was
And
he that the one where he was talking about the sun, or the sun, and how you can go outside and get not only hydration but vitamin D from the sun? I don't know if that was Captain or that was another session, but there's a lot of education within the support group.
you know what I kind of wish the most though, but I might be jumping on a dream with this one.
Mm.
There are so many celebrities that have the trait. We have a handful of basketball players and actors and actresses. And I'm like, come out and talk to us. I met what, three people that want to be a basketball player, but they can't because they're afraid a crisis might stop them from doing it. Even a couple people that want to be in the army.
Yeah, yeah. I agree. I'm not sure if they don't understand or don't want to support us as much as they actually share that they do support us, if that makes sense. Like, they
Hmm.
don't come out to WarriorCon, or they don't give the time like they should, even though they have trait, or even if they do have sickle cell. And I think that's a missed opportunity, because we have such a lack of resources, such a lack of funding, as opposed to cancer or cystic fibrosis. And I feel like the celebrity support should be there. It should be there, and it's a lack of, like I said, it's a missed opportunity.
Mm. I think, especially, I'm very proud that sickle cell awareness is slowly coming out.
hmm
What was that show on Netflix? Supercells?
Oh yeah,
That was a good one. I
yeah.
did not feel like I was a superhero when I was going through crises. I felt like I can cry a hole, but I did not feel powerful enough. How did you
hmm
feel when you had really bad crises?
Um, I didn't feel like I was a superhero. No. I feel like that show depicted a lot of some misconceptions, and but it gave a few, like, it gave us an eye outside of the public space, if that makes sense.
Hmm.
So I think it was good, but in a sense, it also was some, like, it didn't make me feel like a superhero. So I think we need better education, but I still feel like we need to better educate people on why we don't feel like superheroes when we're going through a crisis. So I like the show. I think it helped us get out there, but we still need people to understand that a crisis does not make us feel like we can go out and fight the world.
Mm. I like what I want the most is for people to see how realistic it is. I don't
Mm-hmm.
want them to see, oh, we're drug seekers or we're frauds, we're faking our pain. I'm sorry, my chest hurts when I say that.
Mm-hmm.
And like, why can't y'all see that we are in pain? You can't see someone leg break, but it's happening. You can't see
Right.
someone have a heart attack, but they're doing it. You can't see someone, what's it called? Eye vein bust in their eye socket, but it's extremely painful. Just because you can't see it, don't deny that it is happening.
Yeah. I think, you can see it in the labs and you can see when somebody's hurting in their eyes, in the way somebody walks, in the way somebody doesn't walk too. I think what it is the way that it affects the ethnic group. Because if it affected people that were not of color, I think there would be a different type of response.
Mm.
So I don't think it's not about it really being an invisible disease. That definitely impacts it, but I really think it's about how doctors are the lack of education from doctors, and the way that they don't want to treat somebody of color. That's where I really think it is.
But it's not just colored people that have it.
I
I want to
know.
say there's been, actually, no, I met three Caucasians that have it in the
Hmm.
trait, and that blew my mind. Because again, growing up in the world, they're like, oh, it's just an African disease. And it is not.
Hmm. But I think because it predominantly affects us, I think that's where there's still hitting a lack of research, a lack of funding, and a lack of, oh, it's a sickle cell is the back of the disease, you know, uh, thing. So, but I still feel like there's a hope because it is getting more eyes, more research, and more things are happening in regards to gene therapy and things of that nature. So I am hopeful in that regards.
I want to try and get more research about gene therapy. What is the name of it?
Lyfgenio or
Yeah, I think,
mm-hmm.
yeah, Virginia and it's either Casper or CRISPR.
Yes, CRISPR.
Okay, there we go. CRISPR. But yeah, I'm a visual learner,
Mm-hmm.
so I want to see what actually happens. Do they take out the cells? Do they freeze it? Do they move it? And what happens to the body after it done? Like, I get with being a sickle cell patient, we're always going to be studied and I called it supervised, just to make
Mm-hmm.
sure everything is okay. But it might be a little bit different when it comes to gene therapy.
Why you say
What-
that?
I would say I only know one person who had gene therapy. Um, she was so sweet because I was when I was young-ish.
Mm.
I was speaking in the hospital and she heard my speech and she's like, "Thank you, Miss Washington. You gave me hope." And I never knew I ended up running into her. And she said I got in gene therapy. That's
Wow.
incredible.
Yeah. Yeah. I do agree. I think gene therapy is the next thing, and that there needs to be more research on it. Because bone marrow has been for many years for sickle cell, but I just don't know, like you said, the long term effects and how it impacts people. Because I'm still having long term effects from my complications from my transplant, and still trying to figure out how my body 5 years out is still like having new diagnosis that I just found out. So it's very interesting how your body works and how you're healed from one thing and then find out you have something else. So they don't know. They don't know what they're doing, but they're still learning for this type of curative therapy aspect.
It's actually quite fascinating. I call it medical hurdles
Mm.
because each one is so different and unique. Like well, shoot, I wasn't even finished with the bone marrow transplant and end up getting diagnosed with epilepsy. And like I
Mm.
said before, I have such identity crisis. Like, what am I? Am I a sickle cell warrior now? Am I epileptic warrior? What's this new label that they're putting on me? But I claim myself and everyone else an original because there's only one of you.
Mm. Yes. Yeah. Yeah, I think I like that because I feel like you've had one thing for so long, like sickle cell is what we grew up with, it's what we've had, it's what we knew, and then we do go through this identity crisis of like, okay, now we have sickle cell trait, but we also have these other complications, and we're trying to navigate these new things of trading off one thing for another, and it's a lot, but at the same time we're navigating it so quickly of like 1 2 3. So and you're still healing from all the last things that you just went through, and nobody talks to you about that, nobody prepares you for that, and I think that is something you don't hear about, you know.
I wish we did because again, it's very common
Mm-hmm.
with and what I do kind of wish that people do as well is break it down to the family because sickle cell is not just one person dealing with it. It is a family disease. I
Mm-hmm.
remember the time I'm just watching my brother hold me because I'm going through a really bad crisis. I'm sitting there, I want to say it was 2 days. The hospital let me out of of my waiting area for what, a day and a half. I'm watching my brother and his friends play video game, and he was the first person that picked up on my seizure. I want to say my brother Jeremiah was what, 8.
Mm.
Do you
uh,
have siblings? I never asked you that question.
I have 4 half siblings,
Mm,
and I'm the oldest. None of
wow.
them had the trait or the disease, and I think that's why my parents never had any other children. Like, but yeah, so yeah, that's interesting that your brother was the only one that picked up on that seizure. Um, and I was going through my transplant, healing from the sickle cell, and it was 1 month later that they told me that I was having the cancer. Um, and that was something that I never thought I was here in my life, you know, especially when you're going through a curative therapy aspect, healing from sickle cell, that you now have cancer. Um, but I think it was the sickle cell that prepared me for my cancer journey. So yeah, it's interesting. It's life changing going through something like that, and I think it's those stories that you need to hear more about when you're going through a transplant and really wanting to know if it's something for you.
You know what I wish I did before my bone marrow transplant? Because when I was 11 when my doctors told me about it. Um, I had no idea that chemotherapy will take all my eggs away from me. But I
Mm.
keep on reminding myself the Lord made me to be a warrior, not a mother. And even today, I'm like, I don't think I can handle the stress or the balance to be a mother because my epilepsy is emotional. The last thing I want to do is be holding my child and being so happy and dropping my baby
Um,
and not even knowing that the baby might be on the floor. I might be shaking on him or her.
mm,
But yeah,
yeah,
it's
uh,
tough, but I'm okay now.
yeah. It's those things that God even like didn't even prepare you, but in the back of your mind, you knew that it might not have been something that, like you said, you didn't need in that moment or even in this season, like being a mother, due to the epilepsy that you got later from your transplant. Wow. Oh.
And what I don't want, this is something I don't want at all because I'm a godmother now. I will never want my kids to be my caregiver.
Mm, yeah. Wow. Yeah, I think it's like you said, it's hard being able to juggle and reframe your mind after a transplant. Because I had to reframe my mind, and I did have the opportunity to freeze my eggs, but I don't know if I like you said, I don't know if I could handle that. The older I'm getting now, being a mom, it's a lot with a chronic illness, and I keep having complications. So it's something that I just have to wait and see. So
As you can see, I have your book with me.
yeah, one of
What
my
was your
books.
motivation to write this? I think this one's resilience.
Yes, so that is the
Well, you
second
sound
book.
so I like this one because it has your signature in it.
Yes, that's resilient. I have the first one too, which is rebirth. So the motivation for writing my two books was it. Writing for me has always been therapeutic. I started when I was 8, and when I was 8, I mentioned that I had my first silent stroke. So it just has always been therapeutic. I wrote, I had depression during that time, and it's been therapeutic for me to write out my feelings, my emotions, and the things that I experienced during that period of time. And I looked up and I had over maybe 200 poems that were really good. And I knew, well, my grandma told me that I needed to share these with the community. And I think being able to share has been not only therapeutic for me, but also for warriors around me and people that have chronic illnesses. And I really am grateful that I've been able to share them with others.
I love that. Like I keep on telling you, girl, you got to go to the Boys and Girls Club because I would say your book is a tearjerker, but I love that all these feelings you have, I'm not the only one feeling them myself. I'm
Mm,
pretty sure I had what 8 to 9 journals when I was just growing up, saying I am afraid, I do not know what I expect next. And then picking up your book, I hear you saying the same thing.
Yeah.
So I love that in your books.
Yeah.
They're beautiful.
Thank you. Yeah, I think it's really great when you can have something beside you and feel very validated or feel like you're going through the same thing and not always have to echo it or go to somebody and be like, this is how I feel. And if you don't understand it, here it is, or be like, this is how I feel type of thing. So, yeah.
Some people need a visual aspect just so they can see it.
Yes. Yeah.
And there are different strands of depression. Like, I've been doing a little research and then realizing I have surgical depression. With all the surgeries I had to go through with getting a port, getting that removed, the bone marrow transplant, I still can't say it was a year-long process without my heart trying to cry. Graft versus host disease, and I'm like, I had to just change a lot of stuff about my life. Like, I used to love medical shows, and now my skin quivers up once I hear the word blue.
Yeah.
I used to enjoy well, what was that game? It got on my nerves because I could never win. Operation.
Oh,
I
yes.
threw all of those away so fast because
Yeah.
all I saw was me on that board and someone messing up.
Oh, wow.
But that's, if I could have had changed anything, I wouldn't. And I'm growing because of it. What about you, love?
I would say that I'm still growing, even 5 years out. And I think it's because I've been on this continual loop of healing and then having something happen and healing and then the same thing. But I think my strength continually comes from my family and God, which I'm grateful for. And I echo that it's not easy, like you said, to go through a curative therapy aspect and not know what's next. But I am grateful to be on this healing journey and have the community and support that I have. So it's a day by day thing, but yeah, I think it just takes time.
And you said your mother was your donor, right?
Yes, my mom.
Did that make y'all's relationship grow kind of stronger?
It did. It did make our relationship grow stronger, and it did kind of reinforce a lot of things that were already there. So I'm very grateful, and she said she would do it again in a heartbeat. So it's very inspirational that she was able to do that, and her and my grandma were my caregivers during that time. So yeah.
I love that saying. I heard that from my donor too, my sister. And you know what's real fun? A lot of people don't know it, but once you go through the bone marrow transplant, you will change a little. Like, I remember being so short, and then after my bone marrow transplant, I start to grow like a rocket because my sister's kind of tall. So,
Really? Okay. See, my mom, she was short already, so I didn't grow.
I'm sorry.
But yeah.
My hair texture changed too. Same with my face.
Yes. Yeah, everything changes. Your blood type, your face, you shed your skin, it's just a whole your new baby. So you just change all the things.
I love when I get my hair done and people's like, "Oh, your hair is so soft." No, that's chemo hair. It stays soft.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah.
If you can give anyone advice about the bone marrow transplant, what would you give them?
Um, if I could give people advice about a transplant, I would say know if it's for you first. And if you do know that it's something you want to do, make sure you have a strong support system. Make sure that you are going to have a strong faith or something support, because it is not easy to go through something so transformative in a short period of time. So lean on that, lean on your support system, and lean on your medical team, because they will be there to guide you, make sure that you're supported in all aspects, and make sure that you have um, a mental health component as well, because you will need to talk to somebody about anything and everything when necessary.
And don't be afraid to ask questions
Yes.
during it, the beginning, and through it.
Yeah.
You're not going to get what you need if you don't ask for it. Even if you have a caregiver, like I felt so bad because my mom was with me and hospital food is nasty. I'm right. It was gross.
They didn't have good hospital food there.
No.
Our food
No.
was pretty good.
It was gross.
Okay, where was your transplant center?
Mine was in Emory in Georgia.
Okay.
So I think they moved it. They move Emory around all the time. But yeah, I even got my brain surgery done there. But it just cracked me up because I had a great system with me. Even a couple of my friends from middle school came by and visited me. Sure, they saw me in like a glass bubble, but it was good to see them. But like I said, I couldn't ask questions because it made me feel weak. Well, weaker. I was already weak because of the chemotherapy.
Yeah.
But I needed to know what was going on with my body. Why do I feel like my, what's it called, my skin was shedding? Why are my legs on fire? Well, I was going through graft versus host disease during that time. But because I didn't ask questions, figuring everything out made it so much harder. So be curious, be kind, and keep on growing that mind.
Yeah. And it's okay to also break down, because I remember there was this moment, I think it was shortly after I found out about the cancer, and we were at some appointment, and I just broke down with my grandma, and she just told me it was okay. Like, I just broke down, she talked to me, and I told her this is a lot, and that was the only time that I broke down. And she said, "We're gonna get through this. It's okay." And she said, and we got through it. But it's okay. It's okay to break down. It's okay to have your support system and know that you will get through it.
I love that you had a grandmother like that. My Auntie Sheila, sadly, she passed away, but my Auntie Sheila and my Auntie Phyllis was like that. My Auntie Phyllis was actually in a nursing home when I was going through my bone marrow transplant. So she's like, "I'm with you, girl. I'm stuck in this bed with you as well. But like how I said already, I do not call anyone normal because we are all originals. As much as we want to try to morph our life to be quote unquote normal, it's not possible. I heard that from my Auntie Phyllis so many times, and it made me feel seen. And I love her for that.
Oh, I love that.
On the ethical, you are never alone. Together we're stronger. Together we've grown. On the ethical, where love shines through. Awareness, compassion for me and you. On the ethical.
Hello, everyone. What an awesome conversation to have our co-host Aaron Washington on the show to interview our guest, Miss Genesis Jones. Such a powerful conversation. Listen, Happy New Year to you all. If we haven't said it already, it is 2026. We're super excited to be able to continue to air this broadcast. Listen, it is vitally important that we get the stories like Genesis out on the air. Here at On the Air Sickled, we believe in a 3-layered vision. That 3-layered vision is what keeps us going day by day. So as you can see on the screen there, the first part of our 3-layered vision is our continued growth and development. We want to continue to produce episodes like this week by week, month by month, year by year, because the stories of the warrior needs to be heard, right? And so in order to do that, we need to have the technology, we need to have the resources, we need to have the people to be able to make this impact possible. The second aspect of our 3-layered vision is for sickle cell research, development, and education, right? We talked a little bit about that today in this conversation, and as well as with our sponsor, Sickle Cell Medical Advocacy, who literally educates normal people, regular people, to be able to do what the doctors do on a daily basis, to inform a patient of their rights, of their needs, right? And to be able to bridge the gap between patient and provider. And then the final aspect of our 3-layered vision is the Flip the Bill campaign. So excited for this. Listen, this is our opportunity to be able to give back to the community. The Flip the Bill campaign simply is our effort to be able to support families of warriors who have been admitted into the hospital that can no longer provide temporarily for their family. So imagine a father who is in the hospital and he can't work because he's been admitted for a week, 2 weeks due to sickle cell disease, right? We here at On Air Sickled want to be able to provide maybe groceries for his family or be able to flip the bill. Maybe we cover the expense that emergency visit provides a financial strain on for you. So listen, those are our goals. That is why On the Air Sickled continues to do what we do, to air the good, the bad, the ugly in the name of awareness and advocacy. Don't miss a single episode of On the Air Sickled, right? You can connect with us on YouTube. Click that notification button. We're also on Audible, iHeartRadio, Facebook, Instagram. Listen, there is opportunity to be able to catch this episode. And like I said, this was a very intimate discussion between two friends, Genesis Jones and Aaron Washington. What a beautiful scene to be able to put them together on the show. Finally, if you all want to be able to get on the show yourself, it's a very simple process. Simply go to www.ontheairsickled.com. Again, www.ontheairsickled.com. You go to the website, you click the share my story link, and you could be the next guest live on the air. Before we end, I want to make sure that you all know that it is simply easy to give. If you give to On the Air Sickled, you can go to our PayPal, or you can scan our QR code, which we're going to put on the screen for you. This QR code will give you direct access into our account, so in that way you can give any monetary gift of any kind. Let's see if we can pull that up for you. There we go. Beautiful. So again, scan the QR code for us. And like I said, we take any monetary gift of any kind, or you can Zelle us at ontheairsickled@gmail.com. Those are the ways to give. Listen, y'all, my name is OD. I am the executive director of On the Air Sickled. Aaron Washington conducted an amazing interview with our guest, Genesis Jones. Until next time, remember that you are never alone.
On the air circle, you are never alone. Together we're stronger. Together we've grown.